We're going to start with the feet in parallel, right underneath the pelvis, lifting the inner arches of your feet, inner legs, all the way up to your pelvic floor. We're going to find that inner dome, the inner muscles of the pelvis, to help bring the pelvis off of the legs. We're going to create a space between the pelvis and the rib cage, lifting the abdominals to help lift the whole rib cage off of the pelvis, the front as well as the back. Opening the shoulders and lengthening the head up towards the ceiling. Swing the arms up over your head. We're going to draw the shoulder blades towards the ears, squeezing the muscles, and then let the shoulder blades drop down towards the pelvis. Take a big inhale, draw the shoulders up, and then release them back down. Starting with the head, we're going to start to roll down, keeping the shoulder blades towards the pelvis, lengthening the head towards the floor. Take a deep inhale at the bottom. Exhale, pushing the feet into the floor, stacking your bones as you roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Lengthening the arms back over the head. Inhale, rolling down. Lengthening the head down towards the floor, lengthening the back of the neck. Take a deep inhale. Push the feet in the floor, stacking the bones, pelvis over your legs, ribs, shoulders, neck, and head. Again, inhale, lengthen the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rolling your head down towards the floor. Inhaling at the bottom and rolling yourself up, bringing the pelvis directly over the legs. 2 more times. Really bringing the pelvis up over the legs, the ribs up over the pelvis. Last time, lengthening the arms up towards the ceiling and rolling yourself down. Here we're going to bring the knees down to the floor and come out to all fours. Arch and curl, lengthening your head up towards the ceiling and rounding the spine. Inhale, head and tail go up towards the ceiling as you drop the belly to the floor. Exhale, use the abdominals to push the spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale as you arch and exhale as you curl. Inhale as you arch and exhale as you curl. Making sure we're working through the entire spine from the pelvis all the way to the crown of the head. Inhale and exhale. Staying all fours, we're going to lengthen the crown of the head forward and the tailbone behind you, making sure the shoulders are directly over the hands and the hips are over the feet. Good. Take a deep inhale into your belly and then exhale, pull the belly button back to your spine, maintaining your neutral spine. Inhale, drop the abdominals down to the floor. Let gravity take the abdominals down. And then exhale, pull the belly to the back towards the abdominals. Inhale as you drop. Exhale as you pull the abdominals in. Again, inhale as you drop. And exhale as you pull. Last one, drop the abdominals down to the floor, really fill the belly with air and then draw the abdominals up towards the spine. Maintaining your abdominals towards your spine, Lengthen the right arm forward, keeping the scapula down your back without rotating, and then lengthen the arm back down towards the floor. Keep the abdominal connection as you lengthen the other arm up towards the ceiling. And let it drop down to the floor. Same thing with the legs, lengthening the leg back, trying to keep both hips facing the ground. Feeling the glutes lift the leg, not taking the work into your lower back. Other leg. Deepen the abdominal connection as you lengthen the leg behind you. And dropping the knee back down towards the floor. Readjusting the abdominals, keeping that abdominal connection, lengthening that arm over your head with the scapula down. Again, other arm. And lower. Starting with the legs, lifting with the glutes, and lengthen the leg down. Keeping the abdominal connection, other leg. And release. Maintaining the head placement, reach the arm over your head and lengthen the opposite leg back. Keep pulling the belly button into your spine. Keep the scapula dropping down towards the pelvis. Both hips facing the floor as you hold. Keep holding, breathing, and then lengthen the arm and the leg back down towards the floor. Other side, abdominals towards the spine. Lengthen the arm over your head with the scapula down. Lengthen the leg back behind you. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Open the knees, keeping the feet together. Shift the pelvis back towards your heels and lengthen the arms forward. You're in a child's pose. Drop your head down to the floor. Keep lengthening the head forward as you lengthen the tailbone back behind you. My shoulders are down my back. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale. See if you can slide the ribs a little bit higher towards the front of the mat. Again, inhaling, and then exhale. See if you can find more space in the spine. Last one, big inhale. And exhale, tailbone back. Head reaches forward. Flipping over onto our back to work more spinal stability, laying ourselves all the way down. We're going to find this nice arch behind our neck. We're going to close the ribs and draw them down towards our pelvis. Finding that lower back arch, so not pushing the spine all the way down into the mat, and making sure that our pubic bone and two hip bones are symmetrical to the floor. Lifting one knee up without disrupting the pelvis and lowering it down to the floor. Other leg. And release. Again, use the abdominals to lift the leg into a 90-degree angle and release it back onto the floor. Other leg. Again. Keeping the abdominals connected down towards the spine and maintaining our neutral pelvis, meaning that the pubic bone and the hip bones are in alignment. We're not letting the pelvis roll from side to side or forward or back. Reaching both arms up towards the ceiling and dropping the scapula down to the floor and opening the chest. Maintaining the rib connection, not letting them float up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the arms back over the head. On the exhale, lift the arms back up towards the ceiling, closing the ribs, finding those upper abdominals. Take a big inhale as you lengthen the arms back over the head. Exhale, let the shoulders drop, closing the ribs, connecting the abdominals down towards the spine. Inhale as we lengthen back. And exhale as we draw the arms back up towards the ceiling. Good. Keep reaching the fingertips away, but keeping the shoulders connected in towards the sockets. Again, inhale on the way back, and exhale, close the ribs as you draw the arms out. Lifting both of the legs into tabletop, maintaining your neutral pelvis with a small space in your lower back and connecting the ribs down. Open the chest and lengthen both arms towards the ceiling. Lengthening one arm back and the opposite leg, creating a diagonal. And use the abdominals to draw the arm and leg back up. Inhale as you open, exhale as you close. And exhale. Inhale as you open, exhale, draw the belly down towards the spine as you close. Inhale as you open and close. Finding a nice long diagonal from the fingertips to the toes, making sure that you're not rotating in the ribs or the pelvis. Reconnecting your abdominals down to your spine and drawing the ribs down towards the pelvis. Undercurling the pelvis and connecting more spine down. Lengthen your arms over your head and reaching the legs away. Use the abdominals to draw the arms and the legs back to neutral. Inhale as you open and exhale as you close. Keeping the ribs connected, keeping the spine pressing down. Inhale as you open and exhale as you close. Reaching the fingers and the feet away from each other. Drawing the abdominals down as you pull the arms and legs in. Bringing the feet in parallel right underneath your pelvis. Your pelvis is a neutral, maintaining that small lower back arch. Close the ribs, curling the head, neck, and shoulders up, maintaining the space, almost as if you have an apple underneath your chin. Exhale, draw the belly down to the spine, reach the fingers towards the feet as you round the head, neck, and shoulders up. Inhale as you lower the head. Exhale, draw the belly down, rolling up. Keeping your neutral pelvis. Maintaining your neutral pelvis. Reaching the hands towards your heels as you lower the head back down. Exhale, drawing the ribs towards the pelvis, rounding the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, and inhale, release. Again, exhale to curl, and inhale to release. Good, your nose is straight down towards your pelvis. And we're going to start pumping the arms. We're going to inhale with the nose for 5 breaths and exhale with the mouth for 5 breaths. Each time you exhale, you connect your abdominals deeper down towards your spine. It's almost like a pump, pulling the abdominals down. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Again, exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. And release your head down. Maintaining your neutral pelvis. Lifting your legs up into your tabletop. Drawing your abdominals down towards your spine. Reaching your fingertips past your pelvis as you curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Bring one knee towards your chest and lengthen the other leg out long. Inhale as you lengthen. And exhale as you come in. Inhale, finding that length through the front of the leg, and exhale, use your abdominals to draw the leg back in. Maintaining your neutral pelvis, try not to roll from side to side. Keep lengthening through your arms and lengthening your head up towards the ceiling. You can also do this series with the hands behind your head if your neck starts to get tired. Good. Release the legs down, release the head, neck, and shoulders down. Okay, placing the feet underneath the pelvis again. The kneecaps are reaching straight up towards the ceiling. Pelvis is a neutral. Close the rib cage and lengthen the arms towards the feet. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, curling the pelvis under, lifting the pubic bone up towards the ceiling. Using the glutes to lift the pelvis up. Both hips are facing the ceiling and curling the pelvis underneath. Really close the ribs and press the arms down into the floor. Inhale at the top and then exhale, rolling down one vertebrae at a time, feeling the abdominals press each vertebrae into your mat. Take a nice arch on your inhale. Exhale, curl the pelvis under, pubic bone goes straight up towards the ceiling. Press the arms down as you lift the pelvis towards the ceiling. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Again, curling the pelvis under, pubic bone lifts, use the glutes to press the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Rolling down and arching. Inhale and exhale. Inhale as you arch, exhale as you curl. Inhale at the top and exhale as you roll down. Again, pressing the pelvis up towards the ceiling, pressing the arms down. Make sure that both hips are facing the ceiling. Keep curling the pelvis under and pulling the ribs down towards your pelvis. Try not to switch from side to side. Lifting one leg into 90-degree angle. Keeping the pelvis still. Holding. Keep pressing the pelvis up towards the ceiling, making sure that your ribs and pelvis are stable. Press the arms down into the mat and slowly lower the leg. Again, restabilizing your pelvis. Use the glutes. Curl the pelvis under, closing those ribs, and other leg floats into a 90-degree angle. Holding here. Keep pressing the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Holding. And then slowly lower the leg back down towards your mat. Rolling down one vertebrae at a time and give your pelvis a nice arch. Exhale, curling your pelvis under again. Keep the ribs closed, pressing the arms down, holding. And then slowly let the leg float back down towards the floor. Curling the pelvis under again, pushing the pubic bone up, hips are stable, other leg floats back up towards the ceiling. push the pelvis up with the glutes. And letting that leg come back down. Inhale here, and then exhale, roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Making sure that your pelvis is in neutral. Pushing the heels down into your mat, lengthening the arms over your head. First movement, you're going to close those ribs, draw them down towards your pelvis, and float the arms up towards the ceiling. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time, starting with your head, lengthening the head towards the feet. Lifting your abdominals to curl the spine, really lengthening through the back of the neck and the head. Inhale here. And then exhale, start rolling yourself down. Keep pressing the heels into your mat, getting the lower back down, articulating each vertebrae down into the floor. Closing those ribs down. Lengthening the arms up towards the ceiling as you curl yourself up. Rounding forward, lengthening the head towards the feet. And articulating down. Inhale. And exhale, closing the ribs and lengthening the head forward. Inhaling here. Exhale, use your abdominals to lower yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to curl. And exhale again as you lower yourself down. Again, articulating your spine, pushing your heels down into the floor, active legs. Lifting your abdominals to really round your pelvis, then stacking one vertebrae on top of each other. Get your ribs over your pelvis, your shoulders over your ribs, and lengthening your head towards the ceiling. Opening your legs and arms wider than your hips and wider than your shoulders. Keeping your alignment, rotating towards one leg. And exhale, use your abdominals to draw you back to your center. Rotating the ribs to the other side. Make sure that your ribs stay directly over your pelvis. And then exhale, coming back to center. Inhale as you spiral, and exhale, you use your abdominals to bring you back to center. Inhale, it's like going up a spiral staircase. Lengthen your head closer towards the ceiling, and then exhale, center. Reaching the head towards the feet, lifting the belly button towards the spine, lengthening your head towards the foot. And then rolling yourself up, use your abdominals one vertebrae at a time, stack your ribs, shoulders, neck, and head. Coming to center. Inhale as you spiral. Exhale as you dive the head closer to the foot, reaching the hand towards the toes. Using your abdominals to stack your spine. And then exhale, use the abdominals to draw you back to center. Inhale to spiral. And exhale to dive. Inhale to stack yourself up, and exhale, center. And exhale. Drawing your legs together and rolling yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Curling your pelvis under, making sure you're pressing your pubic bone down into the floor and lengthening your lower back down towards your heels. Abs are lifted, shoulders on your back, lengthening through the crown of your head, and your arms reach towards your pelvis. Lengthening the legs behind you, reaching your head forward as you start to articulate up one vertebrae at a time. Lifting your arms, activating the backs of your shoulders as you lowering yourself down. Abs are lifted. Head reaches forward, starting to arch yourself up, maintaining that lower back space. The crown of my head reaches towards the ceiling, activating the back of my shoulders and lowering myself back down. Again, head reaches forward. Make sure you contain the abdominals and release. Rolling up through the front of the spine, articulating one vertebrae at a time, and then slowly articulating as you roll yourself down. Again, extension. Activate the back of the arms and release. Curling the pelvis under, pressing that pubic bone down. This time we do the legs, lifting the legs up from the glutes and lower them down. Keep activating the arms back towards your pelvis, lifting those legs and lowering them down. This time we lift the head and the legs together, so lengthen the head forward, the legs behind you, keeping the abdominal connection as you float the legs and the head up towards the ceiling, and rolling down through the spine as you release. And again, reach the arms back behind you, active arms, lengthen the legs away from you, big arch as you extend, and then lowering the arms and the legs and the head down. Lengthening to come up, and start pumping the arms, working the back of the arms, keeping the abdominals held, lifting, exhale, 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 and releasing all the way down. Placing the hands underneath the shoulders, pushing your pelvis back, releasing your lower back, child's pose. Reaching your hands forward, dropping your heads down to the floor, lengthening your tailbone behind you. Lengthening your head forward, finding space in your spine, inhaling and exhaling. Again, inhale. Lifting the ribs off the pelvis, finding more space in your spine as you send the head forward and the tailbone behind you. Again, big inhale. And exhale, dropping the ribs down towards the floor. Making sure your shoulders are directly over your wrists, your head is reaching forward. Pull the abdominals into your spine and curl the pelvis under slightly so you're in an undercurve. Step both of your legs, making sure that your glutes are active. Shoulders are down your back, lengthening the head and the feet away from each other. Shifting the weight in the feet, pushing into the toes to send the head forward. The shoulders will slide slightly in front of the wrists. Pushing yourself forward with your feet and back with your arms. Make sure you keep the diagonal through the body, making sure the glutes and the abdomen are engaged. Forward and exhale back. Inhale forward and exhale back. Drop your knees down to the floor, shifting back to your child's pose. Bringing your shoulders over your wrists another time, lifting the abdominals towards your spine and lengthening through the crown of your head. Curl the pelvis under again and lengthening both legs back behind you. You're back into your plank pose. Making sure the glutes are engaged and the abdominals are lifted. Lengthening one leg back and with the glutes lifting and lowering the leg. Making sure that both hips are facing the floor. If it bothers your lower back or it's too difficult, you can always drop one knee down towards the floor. Lifting and lowering. Exhale to lift and inhale to lower. Exhale and inhale. Keep going. Drop the foot down, changing sides, squaring off your pelvis, lift your abdominals up, engage the glutes, lifting and lowering the leg. Dropping both feet down, dropping back to your child's pose. Coming up to our feet, send the sit bones up towards the ceiling, feet are back into parallel, and we drop the head down towards the floor. Pushing into the floor, rolling yourself up, curling the pelvis, lengthening the front of your hips as you stack your pelvis over your legs, your ribs, shoulders, neck, and head. Lengthening the ribs off of your pelvis, starting to curl down through the head as you roll down one vertebrae at a time. Keeping the weight in the center of the feet, inhaling at the bottom, exhale, pressing the feet into the floor, stacking your bones. Finding the glutes, bringing the pelvis over the legs, ribs, shoulders, neck, and head. Again, lengthen towards the ceiling and articulating down. Inhaling at the bottom and exhale, use those glutes to lengthen the front of the hips, keep the ribs closed, and swing the arms over the head. Rolling down. And again. Good. Keeping your head reaching towards the ceiling, pushing those feet into the mat. Open the arms and start lengthening the fingertips down towards the floor.